Hello, beautiful people. So we are going to walk through a forgiveness meditation slash somatic practice slash energy work session together. So forgiveness is something that I see come up a lot. It's one of those wounds that people have a really hard time letting go of. Typically, it is because we feel justified in feeling the ways that we feel. And so we end up hanging on to anger and resentment and fear and pain and suffering and all of this stuff that is not necessary for us to be hanging on to and is actually essential for us to let go of if we want to evolve and if we want to ascend and move forward and move upward in consciousness. But it's also one of those things that is really hard to let go of. And it's one of those things that people try to let go of, but it just keeps coming back because it's like, they did this to me, they did this to me, they did this to me. They are this, and I am this way because they are this. And so we end up really having a hard time seeing everything as a mirror of our own internal world, and everything ends up being a projection specifically for this person and this situation that is mirroring these shadow aspects back to us. So what we're going to do to work through this wound or through this energetic block is I'm going to ask you to bring up the situation in mind, the person in mind, what happened that is really making it hard for you to let go of these feelings, or making it really hard for you to step into that energy of forgiveness, step into that energy of compassion. Because when we forgive, it's actually about compassion. It's about being able to step into the energy of, I see that this person was only acting from where they are on their journey. And it is actually my responsibility to be able to act from where I want to be in my spiritual journey. So I can choose to hang on to these feelings of resentment and feeling justified in my anger, because for the most part, I'm sure most people's experiences are valid. That's the thing. We feel justified, and so it's our justification in feeling that this person wronged me that keeps us hanging on. But to let go of that, we need to be able to step into the energy of compassion, that upper heart space where we can see that we are all just playing roles for each other in this divine play, and that they are exactly where they're supposed to be on this journey. But the thing is that we don't need to step into the compassion piece right away. You'll find that as we move through this, and you might have to do this a couple of times, you might want to start with a situation or a person where you want to forgive, but it's not like the main thing in your life. You want to start maybe small, do some baby steps going up to the main thing, build your resilience in sitting with those emotions, and build your confidence in being able to release those energies and those emotions as we kind of move through this. So you can come back to this video and continue to use it as a tool for you in the future. It's not a one-off. But as we begin to kind of sit in these emotions, and also acknowledging the fact that it might and probably will be really uncomfortable, especially if this is a wound or a block that you've been carrying for a long time, and also acknowledging that it probably isn't from this lifetime. It probably originates in a past lifetime. So just being aware of that and knowing that it is very courageous work to be willing to sit with the emotions that you hold that are much easier to avoid, that are much easier to use escapist tendencies to not deal with. But we are on this spiritual path, and that means that we want to purify and clear the vessel, clear the channel, so that we can evolve and ascend. All right, so I think it's time that we begin. So you're going to begin by finding a comfortable seat, somewhere either sitting on a couch, lying in bed even, a place that you're going to be able to feel comfortable and to be able to focus your attention inward. So we'll begin by closing our eyes, bringing the gaze inward, beginning to elongate the inhale and the exhale. Noticing whatever sensations are currently present in the body. Maybe there's vibration or tingling. Expansion or contraction. Heaviness or lightness. And just acknowledging it all without judgment, just noticing. With each exhale, we're going to imagine that there are roots coming out through the parts of our body that are currently touching a surface. And the roots are going to be coming out of your body and going deep, deep, deep down into the earth. With each exhale, going deeper and deeper down. Until eventually they wrap around the core of the earth. And as they wrap around the core of the earth, just noticing the groundedness in your body, the heaviness, the stability, the security, the safety that the earth brings through your connection to it. And if you could use a little bit more of that feeling, just adding a few more roots, digging them deep, deep, deep down and around the core of the earth, knowing that you are safe, supported, stable here. You are held here. And then we're going to begin to bring the situation, the person, the event, the environment for which you are having a hard time forgiving. So bringing that situation into mind with continued awareness being brought inward. Noticing if there is sensation anywhere in your body when you hold that situation in mind. Maybe there's a heaviness in your heart. Maybe there's an anger in your stomach. You're just going to bring your awareness to the sensation. Just noticing it without judgment. And if you can, naming its color, shape, texture, anything available. And keeping your awareness on that sensation, you're just going to breathe into it. Keeping all of your awareness on it. And really allowing yourself to be present with it. Almost inviting it in. Inviting it in like an old friend that you haven't seen in a long time. Embracing it. And breathing into it. And you're just going to continue to stay with it. Tell yourself, I am willing to feel this. If it gets too uncomfortable, take a pause. But tell yourself, I am willing to feel this. Following the sensation as it shifts or moves. Continuing to give it details. And we'll do this for a few minutes. So as you continue to follow the sensation, I'm going to begin to bring in Reiki energy to help release anything that can be released for your highest good at this time. So just setting your intention, saying either out loud or in your head, I am open to receiving the healing power of Reiki. If your mind begins to wander, just bringing it back to the sensation. Breathing into that sensation. And now we're going to begin by filling that area up with the energy that we want to replace it with. So begin to embody or visualize a future or bring in past memories that bring in the emotions, the feelings, the energies, the vibrations that you're wanting to call in. And as we've released some of that energy that was stuck or stagnant, we're going to replace it with what you want to be calling in. So just bringing that in to the best of your ability, calling it in through affirmations even. And I'm just bringing in energy to amplify that, as well as bring in whatever of the highest frequencies you are currently able to hold at this time. So we will finish there for today. Trust that shifts have occurred, even if you may not be able to perceive them yet. But we have released some energy today and also called in more of what we want, grounding that energy in. So take it easy on yourself. You can come back to this video for as many different situations and as much as you want. It is always here for you to return to. And thank you.